Welcome to csv2geo, a batch geocoding application by Scale Campaign. This demo video, I'm going to explain how to use this application of csv2geo to do batch geocoding with your CSV file. You'll need to create a CSV file for input into this orange box here, which I'll do in a moment. But I'd first like to point out that if at any time you have questions or concerns or issues using this application, please take advantage of our chat box down here where we will start a chat with you if somebody's available, or leave us your email and we will get back to you as soon as we can. csv2geo can actually process very, very large files, but for this demonstration I've got a very small file just to make this simple, but it works just the same. First, I'm going to navigate over to find my demonstration file, and I'm just dragging this file into this orange box, and I'm going to drop. Automatically takes those files. If the file has been constructed properly, you'll have tokens: country, state, city, street, and code. Notice that there are open holes in here. These have been left in here intentionally to demonstrate how this application functions, but there are, in this case, 10 lines of data, and we have, for instance, country. In this case, we need to qualify this token by clicking the box here. And the next is the state or province. State, case of United States, province in Canada, and state in Mexico as well. City shown here, city or municipality or township. Notice we have a street number and a street name. So we have street number and street name. If you have those in your data file segregated, then you pick those segregated. Then you also have this code, which is the postal code. So we also notice that the default here is geocoding. In a subsequent video, we'll talk about reverse geocoding. Once you've got your data imported and you've got the tokens all qualified, we can proceed to process the data. So it's given us a preview of some of the data just to make sure what we're getting is actually working and kind of looks correct before we go processing millions of lines of data. We kind of check to see if this is what we're getting at. So we have addresses here, and we have the latitude and the longitude shown over here, and the relevance shown right here. So this looks like we're going in the right direction, and everything looks good. Let's get the next step. The data is now processed. We have two choices here. We have a map it, or we have this download. So the map it function, we'll look at first, and let's take a look. This provides an interactive map, which is interesting. You can take a look. So for instance, here's the data point in Amarillo, Texas. And if we click on that pin, we see that it is USA, Texas, Amarillo, 3001 Fillmore Street. There's the zip code, there's the latitude, the longitude, and here's the other tokens and a relevance of 1, which is good. In fact, that's as good as it can be. That's 100%. Notice that we have some others over here. Here's a data point from Canada showing latitude and longitude of a street address in Kitchener, Ontario, and so the relevance to this is 93%, if that's looks correct. We have one over here in Nova Scotia, which is showing the Windsor Junction with this postal code with a latitude and longitude, and the relevance is 65%. So maybe not as high a confidence with that one. This map can also be trained the type of map view. So this is the, if you will, a cosmopolitan map or a map with roads and cities. There's also a natural map that can be displayed, aerial photo map that can be displayed. Okay. All right. So those maps are interesting, but let's go to the other option, which was so that was the map it. Let's go over here and look at this download. If we download this file, we're going to find a flat file or a spreadsheet with a, if you will, an Excel CSV file. Okay, so let's take a look at what we got. So the data that we input into this model is shown right here. We provided country, state, city, street, and street number, and a postal code. What we got from csv2geo was the latitude and longitude. So it created those two columns for us. It's also constructed for us the composite of street number, street name, city, and zip code and country all in one line like that. And then we've got this in a segregated form: street number, street, state, country, and zip code components or tokens. And then what we have finally over at the end is what we found. Okay, so in this case we found an address that was 1677 Victoria Street North, Kitchener, Ontario, with a postal code of N2B 3E6 in Canada, with a relevance of 93. So the relevance of these things can change based on how well the input is. Here we have San Miguel Allende in Guanajuato, Mexico, and we have a street number here, and we have this as the output file with 88%, so you can make a judgment and take a look at that. The relevance here would need to be a judgment call based on your input data and what we found. Thank you for using csv2geo by Scale Campaign, and once again, if you have any questions about how this functions, please take advantage of the "We Are Here" button down here and start a chat if we're available, or leave an email and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Hope you enjoy using csv2geo by Scale Campaign.